Hey, I have a question for you for men.
It's an animation.
Why do you
He has a question
dudes?
for us for men.
Why do you dudes want to look like little girls
Oh,
in
he's
women?
here! He's here! It's my boy Ted. Because we like little girls.
It is me. Yes, it is Ted.
Oh, we like little girls.
Why do you want to look like a woman?
No, listen, man, that's on you, buddy. That's on you.
Okay, in particular, I don't want to look like a woman. I want to look like an anime woman.
Which is a woman.
Definitely.
I'm just a bystander.
I don't know. I don't know. I look good. I enjoy looking at
I
myself.
agree, you do look good. I think women look great. However, I would never consider looking like one because I'm a man. I like looking at women, I don't want to be one.
This guy had this planned out.
2 reasons why males use female avatars: perversion, forget more than that, or soy.
So you explained to me how you like if you you're this avatar because you look in the mirror and you want to see something hot or cute or whatever.
Oh my god, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm making a
On a very basic level, yeah. I'm sure there's more to it than I realized, but...
Well, yeah, you
At the
uploaded this
base
too.
level,
So you went out of your way to make yourself look like
it is a
this,
frown, yeah,
right?
it's down.
You use time and resources and probably money. Did you pay for this?
I don't know.
No.
No.
But I
Okay.
did
So
use a lot of time, yeah.
time and resources, right?
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, to make yourself look like a woman. Do you have? I mean, you've explained to me that. I mean, the expression or example you gave me was, if you were look at a mirror, what would you rather look at? Which leads me to believe that this is why you wear it, because you want to look at it.
Oh.
Because
Yeah,
it's a
I enjoy
woman.
looking at myself like this.
Right, because it's a woman, and you find women attractive.
It's my lightsaber.
Correct.
Yeah, so that would make you a little perverted, alright? You use the model to simply ogle yourself and stare at yourself. Right, that's perverted. Yes, you can't control your own perversion in public, that you have to do it. You use the female model simply to
There's
ogle
probably
it.
better words to use, but yeah.
Well, that's the way to explain it. You use the model to ogle it, to stare at yourself, to stare at the female character, the tits, like the figure. You know? I think it's beautiful. I think the female figure is beautiful. But, you know, I would never consider looking like one to ogle it. Like, when I go out in public, I don't like ogle women or like females, right? That's what perverts do, right? So it's kind of like the equivalent as a man using a female character just to ogle it, just to stare at it, right? So you're displaying your perversion to the public for everyone to see. Now,
Okay, this is where I get a little bit deep, is because VRChat enables it for everyone, and we are surrounded by people that do the same thing, pretty much. Not everyone, obviously, not yourself.
Yes,
not
you're
a lot of
right.
people in here, but
you are right, but just because other people do something does not make it okay for you to do it. It is still wrong even if other people are doing it. Right? So, by this logic, it's like, if you see a bunch of other people stealing, that makes it okay for you to steal. You see, it's still wrong, and just because other people are doing it does not mean it's okay for you to do it.
Hold on, people are loading for me.
when you put it like that, yeah, okay, it seems kind of bad. But at the same time, what I'm doing is a lot more harmless than
Turn you up. 150. There we go. Alright, go on.
My balls smaller.
I would argue what I'm doing, I'm not hurting anyone else by doing what I'm doing, unlike stealing.
So, you're harming...
I'm just simply enjoying myself.
So listen, you're doing more harm than you think, alright? Not only to yourself... Hang on, let me... Okay. That's better. Anyways, you're doing more harm than you think, alright? Not only to yourself, but to the community, alright? To these new players. So let me explain, right? Let's start with the new players, okay? These brand new players, like the visitors and the new users, a couple weeks, you know, maybe a few days on the game, maybe even their first day. They come in and they see a bunch of grown men using little girl avatars or female avatars to ogle it, and they think that is the standard. And, you know, that makes them think it is okay to do that. So then they start doing it, you know, and it's just like an endless cycle. Right? We don't want the standard to be a bunch of grown men using girl avatars to, you know, ogle themselves or look at themselves, or even for worse purposes, you know? Like dudes who wear little girl avatars, child models, you know? That raises a lot of red flags, yeah?
The red one is like the most
Now, the reason it harms yourself...
Is that why you do what you do? Are you trying to purge that standard or get rid of people that give VRChat
I kind
of...
Yes, partially, right? And mostly because I just want to help people like you. You know, I want to bring your lack of decency to your attention and maybe change your mind.
Salamander.
Excuse me?
Now I know the conversion rate's very unsuccessful. It's very
Oh,
low,
there you are.
but it's still worth a try, you know?
I'm poor.
I haven't done it, or I haven't finished
Now,
the,
the reason why... Hang on.
description on it, but this is
The reason
the
why it
writing I
harms
just
yourself
wrote today.
is because... So what happens all the time is
It's
that
not
when these
so great
people,
'cause I
like,
have
they
the,
see they can become their waifu, you know? So instead of staring at their waifu, they become their waifu, you know?
I set up
And they
the,
sit in front of the
I haven't
mirror,
set
and then they
it up.
grope themselves
Dude,
and
I'm
ogle
bloated
themselves
so
just
many
like
avatars
you,
at the moment,
you know,
so
and then
you're
they
gonna
like
have to
jerk
wait
it
in
to their
line.
models and stuff. So then, instead of like ogling themselves or fondling themselves, they then
No,
fondle
yeah,
each other,
you
you know, like you two, right? And at least ERP,
Yeah, it's 30%
and then you
right
guys
now.
convince yourselves you're not gay because, you know, it's a girl model. But then you guys start
Riley's
dating and cuddling and getting intimate with each other, which is really fucking gay.
Forever.
And before you know it, you turn trans, you know? You convince
Oh,
yourself
wait,
you're like
there
a
it is.
woman just because you're a woman in game. And, you know, trans people, there's a over a 50% chance that trans people kill themselves, you know, or at least attempt it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
so
default,
that's
yeah.
bad, you know.
I mean,
So that's
Yeah, this is,
Hello,
that's
my
two
name
reasons
is
why it
Josh.
affects not only yourself but the community.
This is, like, $120 hair.
So, okay. Would you argue that it would be okay for me to do it, or more okay for me to do this, not in a public lobby? If
Yes, as
new
it
users and such weren't
dictates,
seeing it.
as it dictates over here, it says do not do these in public lobbies. I don't give a shit what you do in private because it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and it's none of my business.
Yeah, I put the regular, or the silver
Yes,
hair
so
on
you
the
can do whatever you want. You
Yeah.
can fuck kids in private, you can fuck animals in private. I can't see it, so I don't care. It's none of my business.
How about a different world with less people?
So, what would you have me do now?
Oh, don't change on my account.
Well, I would suggest that you not wear a female avatar, and that you wear a male avatar, and maybe not sit in front of mirrors, because then, you know, that they also think it's the norm, the new players. Or go to a private world if you want to continue doing this.
It makes it difficult for me when you're not being unreasonable. I don't know what to say to you. I'm sorry that I upset you what I'm doing.
No, see, this isn't offensive to
I
me.
understand why you might think that it's kind of wrong.
This isn't offensive to me. It doesn't, like, upset me. It just greatly
that you don't want it
disappoints
to be
me.
this way.
You know? It greatly disappoints me.
Yeah.
You know?
Very good
See,
one.
and another thing I wanted to bring up is, like, I also think that you're partially soy. Like, you're like a soy boy, too. Like, you're, like, feminine, because, you know, you're cuddling other dudes and girl models. And that is some of the most soy shit you can do on this game. The most soy shit you can do is, like, for a dude in a girl avatar to cuddle another dude in a girl avatar. Specifically Booth models. Specifically Booth. A common trend I see is that use soys and, like, femboys typically wear Booth models. But I'm just putting it out there, you know, like, this is the most soy shit you can do. Is, like, you know, cuddle or ERP with other dudes while you're in a girl model, while they use a girl model. It's super soy.
The thing is, like, it comes down to a lot more than just being soy at that point, I would argue. Like, it comes down to a matter of, like, I don't know, a lot of people would do it because they feel lonely or they just want some sort of fucking affection, you know, like, it's more, like, genuinely, though, that is the genuine reason, like, half people would do it, I would argue.
Why? Because they're lonely? Well, there's a lot of desperate, lonely people on this game, and it's really not hard to get affection or attention. Men.
I think it stems from that in the beginning. Like, you were talking about how, you know, it can start off with a new user coming in, they see that's the norm, they start doing it, it progresses. You know,
and it's a
maybe they
cycle.
eventually become trans or something. Yeah, but that process, I would argue that this sort of stuff begins. Okay, yeah, it begins with them seeing it, but it also begins with
It's like tequila.
when it comes down to doing like this soy shit that you called it. I would argue it stems more from them needing that or wanting that attention.
Okay, so
Extra whatever.
it's like a matter of
more
jealousy.
So than them being soy. It will make them soy
My friend,
Anyway,
over
continue
time
with your
probably.
conversation, yeah.
I would
Right.
argue
I have a really nice liquor.
I'm more soy than I was like a year ago
And it's like
because of
$10
it,
more
but
expensive
Yes.
over here.
So
It's,
what I'm
I
hearing from
wouldn't say
this
that's
is
why I
like
started doing it.
it's like a matter
like
of like jealousy. You see other people doing it, so then you want to do it. You want that. You want what they have, so then you start
and we
doing it.
mix it with
Not necessarily jealousy. Well, I mean, in a way, you see it and you're like, that looks nice, you know?
And you
Like,
want
that
that.
looks cozy.
What's
I
the
never
point?
mixed it.
Laying next to
I don't mix
a
it.
booth avatar,
I
whatever,
try to
however you want to see
mix
it.
with-
Yes.
And then you experience that one, and then you're like, hey, this is actually really nice. And it sort of
And then it stems off from that. Yeah, I got you. But the
Yeah.
thing is like, I wouldn't really say like you're partially correct. You're not entirely wrong. It is a little bit of desperation because what happens is that when there's like a minority and they're surrounded constantly with like the majority of people, they try and fit in with the majority naturally. That's what I learned in my sociology class.
okay, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so like it all
I can
comes
agree
into
with that,
place.
yeah.
Like you're not entirely wrong. Sometimes it is desperation. You know, like they really want that. They really want what these other people have. But you know, it would happen anyways. You know, if they're surrounded with people like that enough, then it's going to happen regardless of desperation.
Downs vodka with beer, so I think yeah, you're in a good path.
Oh, heck yeah.
But then you also have the argument of like, in this lobby, for example, the percentage of people with like projecting that sort of image is quite low. Given there's like 30 people in here and there's like what, 4 of us?
It's like white rum
Well,
and Coke.
that's not entirely the case.
Or like any
Okay,
white rum.
it's
Really,
more than it's
as
not.
one
Okay,
of
a majority of people in this game are
Yeah,
people
mix-
like you,
why?
dudes running
But it
around in girl
makes
avatars, cuddling in front of the
Like amber
mirror.
rum, because it's good rum, they
And then,
mix
you
it.
know, of
There's
course,
not
you
rum
have
for
the
mixing.
desktop users, the
You're supposed to
visitors,
mix
the new
that
users.
rum
But, like, I mean,
because
look at
it's
him. He's
like-
in front of the mirror right now.
Why? Don't mix
And what is he
yeah,
wearing? A
white
little
rum.
lolly
It's not-
avatar?
I've been told
He's already
this-
down that path, and he's a Steam user. He's already down that path.
My dad shows me how to do this stuff, so I don't know.
I would agree in terms of
No, your dad's
the
wrong.
player base is like most frequent players are probably
It's a waste of
the
good
majority are like this, yeah. But in terms of like, I mean, there's plenty of fucking
That means it's
desktopers that they
good.
play for like a week and shit and then won't play again, or like
Oh,
Quest
those are
users
just the
that can't even
shit
fucking load in a
posters.
booth avatar and shit like that.
They get on, yeah, like, what happens a lot of
like-
times, like, their
it's like
friend
buying
tells
a
them to get on
bottle
this
of
game and
wine
shit
and
post
mixing it
with
with
them, so
beer.
then they do it, and they never play
like,
again.
bro, can you
That's
not-
very, very common. That's a
why not?
stereotype.
like
There's 2
drinking-
desktop
like-
stereotypes, like 2 visitor stereotypes. There's a type of visitor that sees this game from, like, Twitch or YouTube, and they really like it, and they want to get on it and have fun with other people. And then there's the shit posters, like the soundboards, mic spamming, autistic, racist, things like, you know, like things like that.
Also a heckler,
Like, there's
so, you
2 stereotypes, and they're
Yeah.
completely
Yeah, I know what
different.
that means.
Yeah.
I'm young enough.
There's people who genuinely get on here, and
I
then people who
mean,
get on here
I-
on, like, just a shit post.
What's a heckler? The main reason I bring that up is because it's like, I would argue they make up at least like half the concurrent players on a daily basis would be like the desktop and Quest people, or just the people that aren't at this stage or play the game in a
So-
different way in their fucking Halo avatar or whatever.
Like, teasing.
I can agree with you, but like the thing about these Quest users, see, I do the same thing in the Quest map because I have a Quest compatible model with the Bible, and they are all of them are super overly sexual now. Like a majority of the Quest users, they run around half naked and slut models and sit in front of the mirror and blast music, and they do the same shit you guys do now. And it's becoming a thing in there. Yeah, I was just in the Black Cat earlier,
Wow.
and they were all doing that
for us,
shit.
John?
It just fits the
Seems like a
stereotype.
problem with a lot of people, dude. What is your definition of a, like, what in your eyes do you not have a complaint about, though?
So
Like,
read the
it seems like-
commandments, and you'll see. These are the people I have problem with in this game. 10 commandments. Start with the.
Yeah,
the
It
one on
seems
the
like
left.
you don't like anyone,
I would
though.
believe that.
I like some people,
I
you know.
And then,
but
and
if
then
you know, if you want to know who I don't like, you just read the
Well,
book.
okay,
You know, I think
Wow,
I
that's
remember
illegal
that
as
day.
hell.
It was in
answer
the
me this way. We've been speaking for like 10,
it was
15
a
minutes now. Do I not sound like a pretty genuine person to you?
Yeah, no, it is.
Of course, and you
It
know,
is,
so do the
yeah.
furries. Furries sound very genuine, but that's just on the
Which that part
surface.
is
All right,
really
anyone
iffy,
can
yeah.
look,
Not
can
quite
sound or
legal,
seem
but-
nice on the surface. anyone
Yeah.
can. You know, like your local rapist. You know, it could be your neighbor, and you wouldn't know. There's no telling what people do behind closed doors.
If somebody wants a model that I'm wearing that's public,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Anyone can look nice or genuine on the
I
surface.
can't really argue
that's
that.
fair.
People still clone my avatars anyway.
I mean,
But I've
it's
talked
weird
to
because you know you're not wrong when you say.
it's
Go
not
on.
like they can.
I've
click
talked to
on
plenty
my
of furries in this
private
game
avatars.
who seem nice, like very
I don't have,
genuine.
like, any
But I guarantee a lot of them go
rare
home or they get off their VR headset and just fuck their dog. I guarantee it.
I used to.
I don't know about
Ever
that
since I
one.
got into Avatar.
I don't
I'm
know about
serious,
that.
dude.
I'm sure some of them report
These
about it,
people
sure, but I don't think, I
simulate-
doubt.
These
Many
people
of them.
simulate
Ones.
sexual acts. They simulate bestiality
I can
in
tell.
VRChat. They put on these
This is-
anthropomorphic
Listen,
animal
on
avatars and fuck
desktop,
each other.
Okay?
So like what says that they won't do that to their their own animal or other animals? You know, according to
Hey,
WikiFur,
and
20% of all
okay,
furries
so
are
gosh.
zoophiles, meaning they fuck they fuck animals. All right,
But
those are just ones that
Oh,
admitted it.
Jesus.
Those are just ones that openly admitted to it on a survey.
Holy
Everybody
shit.
has it. So it doesn't matter if they clone it or not.
I didn't know that. That's kind of
Yeah, that's according to
surprising
WikiFur.
actually.
I want to see the reaction.
John,
Yeah, you know, so they're not all good. And not only that, but furryism stems from a fetish back in the
Hanging out with
1990s.
Benny for a bit, and then I got on. I was working on Unity stuff.
Furryism, is that what it's actually called?
Furryism, that's like a term for it, you
Oh,
know.
it's been like 2 hours.
It stems from a fetish, you know, where you fuck animals.
I'm getting my friend to make me an avatar because I'm
Jesus
lazy.
Christ.
Just bought them.
Yeah, you know, so again,
I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, I'm being completely honest with you right now about how I feel about shit, like why I do things or why I think I do things. I don't
Mission, my ex
like.
to
I
make
started
me
playing
a
VRChat
video.
in December 2017, and the first thing I uploaded was an anime girl. Like that was always my intention.
What is it? The
Well-
And, like I used that in 3 point. What wasn't intending to like fucking bone dudes or anything like that. I was just
Here you go.
I have a question.
I just wanted to look that way. I, don't
I
know.
understand, alright? VRChat corrupts
was-
people, and that's why the very last thing we have in the book is be
How many
careful,
so-
VRC sin may lead to real life sin. You know, like fucking other dudes when you're a dude, right? You can Personally, I don't think it's gay if they wear a female avatar. It's gay if you get intimate with it like this, when you cuddle these dudes and stuff like that. That's when it becomes gay. But if you're trying to bust a nut, that's not fucking gay. That's not gay at all.
Oh, there you go. See, that's where you gotta go, man. You gotta go to
You know?
You're just trying to bust a nut.
Dude, because like when you think about it, us men are attracted to what we see, and you see what I see as a hot anime girl, right? So it doesn't make me gay if I just want to bust a quick nut to it,
In
dude.
the
You know, doesn't make me
future.
gay. Now, of course, if I get intimate with it,
Yes, if
I
I'm
cuddle,
seeing-
kiss, whatever, some dumb shit like that.
Salaman,
That would make
I
me
give
gay.
him 4.5 out of 5 stars on
No.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see what you're
Wow.
saying.
Thank you. That's pretty
Yeah.
high
Alright.
score.
I've never given anyone 5 stars.
What would you like me to do right now then? Like, are you gonna crash me now?
So
Like,
listen,
do
no,
you want me to
Riley, I
leave
don't do
and go
that.
somewhere else?
I don't do
7
that.
out of
I don't do that,
5?
Riley.
No.
I don't want you to do
Wait,
anything
7.
for me, okay? I want you to do it for yourself. For
I
yourself.
like round halves.
Alright, not me.
I guess you can have a point.
I told you the issue and I told you why it's wrong, so now it's up to you to do right.
Ooh. Why about not 81? How about not 81 though?
I'll just give you.
Hey,
the
this,
5.
It's difficult, you know, like, 'cause I have...
He's touching you.
I'll take him. Thank you.
Getting touched by a.
He's just a robot to
brush.
me. I can't even see
He's
it.
a fish thingy. He's a
I'm a brush. Can't see my avatar.
Yes. I don't know
He's a
why.
brush. The brush head.
What the fuck, dude? It's a brush. It's called brush for
I'll
fishing.
give
Okay,
you
okay.
the ratings, but hey, I'll take the 5 stars.
Yeah, but you know that's just that's my
You're fishing it, dude.
my
You're
viewpoint
fishing.
on it. You know, get
You're
the
fishing.
fuck away from me, dude. What is wrong with you?
You're fishing.
Yeah. So anyways,
I think you're dead.
that's
Stop messing with
that's
people.
where I
Some
that's
words
where I
of wisdom.
stand. You know.
It's sexuality.
I think she
And I didn't insult you. I didn't make
Well,
fun of you.
it's nice
I wasn't
that you,
aggressive.
no, you know, you didn't. You were very honest,
I'm
and
gonna lie,
I
I
appreciate
forgot
you
how
actually
bad it
spoke
is
to
to
me
be
rather than sort of assuming the worst or
Yes,
whatever.
I'm trying to be
Sometimes
nicer.
Um,
You know, I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I'm trying to be nicer to people. You know, because
Yep, he is.
I used to like insult people and call them failures and disappointments and that their parents don't love them because that's the harsh
You won't get
reality of
anywhere
it.
like that.
I understand that, but like
Yeah.
the conversion
Yeah, but
rate
if
is
you
so
want, like,
low.
Yeah.
The conversion rate is so low anyways that it doesn't really matter. But like I'm just testing it out, you know, I gotta try. You know?
Brushhead, can you stop touching me?
I actually hate.
This is how it starts. This is exactly how it starts.
he is grooming of his own.
You're gonna end up fucking these dudes, man. I'm telling you, and then you're gonna cuddle them and date them and stuff. Like I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm actually not them, but someone
See,
else.
you sit. Listen, I've seen plenty of you. I've seen plenty of you people get corrupted. What's fun with what?
No, see.
Or sorry, what's wrong with
Her
what?
crotch is like so wide.
What's wrong with jacking off people in the
They're
VRChat?
like too high up.
What's
or
wrong with
something. I don't
jerking
know,
off
there's
people in
something weird about
VRChat?
Indeed.
Well, when you do it in public, that's a
I don't
big
know,
no-no
boss.
because this game's
I like
13 plus.
Ricky's,
It's
Yeah,
a
that's true.
it's a
one
kids
Facebook.
game,
That's true.
you know. So you got to be wholesome for people.
is.
And not only that, but it's also disgusting. Like you should only do it in private.
Like,
You know, I don't care what you do in private. Just don't do it in public. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good opinion actually.
Hey Johnny, can I
That's
suck
right.
your toes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I mean, let's be. If you guys are gonna come here and cuddle each other anyways in front of the mirror, like, why would you want everyone else to see? Why would you want all these random people to see you do that in public? Like, that's just weird. You wouldn't do that in real life in public. You wouldn't go to Walmart and like cuddle somebody.
I went off to work and I left the game open, so yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess.
It's just weird, you
But it's
know.
like I said earlier, like part of the reason that, well, the big reason I even come here is just like you get to see fucking weird shit. You get to like meet some fairly interesting personalities, like yourself even.
I look, I absolutely understand that. Okay, I am a movie to some people. I am a TV series to some people. People surf pugs just to find me and then watch me the entire time while I do stuff like this. Like they are that bored. This game is so boring and and just like anything overzealous is interesting. You know, it like breaks the cycle because you know not to be rude, but there's people like you who get on this game just to sit in front of mirrors, and you guys are like NPCs. You're like you just sit there and do nothing. You know.
I'm kind of. I enjoy chatting about it. I would chat about it more. I kind of don't want to right now though. But I've got most of your viewpoint on things at least.
But hang on, one more thing, dude.
What?
Were you like did you play? Were you a Chad that played Xbox back in the day?
In like the psychology behind the people who play VR is like.
Of course.
Why do you guys?
Yes, that's why I was wondering.
use girl
Okay, like my
avatars
respect
and
went up for you a lot.
Say in front of the mirror. Is it 'cause
But
you want to
like,
be
think
girls?
about
I
would
don't
your
know.
bros back on
Nice.
And he was,
Xbox?
like, wearing,
Would
like,
they be
a-
happy that you're doing
like a
this?
plague doctor
You're running
avatar,
around
like,
in little
well, I have a
anime
question
girl
for you.
avatars and
Oh.
cuddling
You want
to be a
men.
plague
Would
doctor,
the
I
boys
don't
be
know.
happy?
They would.
It's like,
the
no,
boys
this
be
avatar
happy?
is cool. I'm like, there's your answer.
No, they would not.
You
They
see,
would
when I
not.
first
They
started
would
playing
get
this
me
game,
confused.
my boys on Xbox, they thought I was gonna be just like you. They thought I was gonna turn into this stuff, and I didn't. I stayed strong. I was strong-minded. I was strong-willed.
The guy
know,
was like,
I was one of the
I wanna
few.
be rude, honestly, like, I wanna go.